Good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a great day. I actually have not done this in a while because right around like August, the price went up and then the next month it went down. I was like, I actually don't know what's going on. So we've had this pretty, steady increase in price over the last year, as I'm sure you're aware. But then check out these last few months. This median sales price was $540 in October, $510 in September, $580 in August, $530 in July, and $570 in May. It's like a $30,000 swing or more each time. So, but what I can say is that it's remained over 500,000, and this figure back in the median sales price back in January 2021 was down here at 354,000. Now, what has happened over the last, year? I think a lot of people have been more attracted to this Florida lifestyle, and I almost call it like Freedom Florida because of, our governor and the ability to make your own choices here, not like in other states. And I don't want to get too political, but the political environment is attracting people to leave these Northeast and Western, more expensive real estate areas, and they're coming here and investing in this market. A lot of homeowners, I'm sure, saw a property tax increase this year because the property taxes are based on the values. As that goes up and things are reassessed, of course, the taxes are also going to go up. Now, if you have a homestead exemption in place, your property taxes are capped at how much they can go up. So that's like just a quick market update. Things are remaining still pretty high. I think a lot of people are expecting a drop back down to these $300,000 figures. And, all we can do is wait and see. I don't know the future, but I do know that this area was like a secret before. Like a lot of people did not know about Southwest Florida. They knew about Miami, Orlando, Disney, but Naples was like tucked away. And the secret's out. This area is expanding east into Golden Gate Estates. They're currently trying to change Golden Gate Estates property. So this area is changing. And I also think that if you decide to invest in this area, I think it's one of the safer investments long term. The stock market is going crazy. Unless you have like an insider track, it's really hard to comfortably invest in that right now, I think, especially looking at what crypto's done recently. I also wanted to go into days on market. They're creeping up. I have this listing, 9814 Chelsea. Y'all, it has been on the market about 100 days, and I've shown it over 100 times. And it's the least expensive pool home in North Naples, period. And it's still sitting. So these properties that need a little bit of work, I feel like there's still opportunity there and they sit for longer. But the ones that are perfect, I love getting into these debates with a few of my customers they're deciding to wait. And I just keep trying to say, like, this thing that we're experiencing in the real estate market, I've said it time and time again, but it's a supply and demand issue. The demand is still here for properties in Southwest Florida. People are still closing and buying homes down here. Interest rates higher, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Because if you really think about it, with the rate of inflation over the next 10 years, if you do get a mortgage, that money is going to be worth less in the future because inflation is running pretty high right now. So if you can tie down this 7%, 6% interest rate, it still will be more beneficial to your future. I hope that makes sense. There are also other ways to combat a higher interest rate, one of them being an interest rate buy down. So what that means is the seller can contribute up to 6% of the purchase price towards closing costs, prepaids, and discounts. So you could potentially, as a buyer, use that money to buy down your interest rate. So if you have a 7%, you can go down to a 6% or a 5%, depending on all of the finances and how much the seller gives you. So that's another idea out there. I just see the values of Southwest Florida continuing to remain steady and increase over the next 5 to 10 years. I know people are wishing for a recession or some doom and gloom, but just look at the hurricane.